X-Play, TV's most watched video game show.
Today on X-Play, we investigate achievement whores and let you know the best and worst games to increase your game score. Then, today's cheat is out of this world. Kristen Holt helps you unlock Super Mario Galaxy's biggest secret. And we go on location with Advanced Wars Days of Ruin. Circle your tank units. It's game time.
Welcome to X-Play, TV's most watched video game show. I am Morgan Webb.
And I'm Adam Sessler. We're coming to you from the G4 Studios in Los Angeles on Wednesday, January 23rd.
On today's show, the Advanced Wars series is back and bigger than ever. We go on location for a look at Days of Ruin, the DS title that promises hundreds of hours of gameplay. No joke. Then we get some FaceTime with the president of NCSoft America, Chris Chung, to talk about Tabula Rasa, free games, and find out what we can expect in 08.
Plus, grab your magnifying glass and deerstalker hat. X-Play investigates achievement whores. You'll find out what are the best and worst games to pad your gamer score. And in today's cheat, you'll learn that gold is worthless and that the real bonuses come from purple coins in Super Mario Galaxy. But first, let's go over to Morgan for the latest news in our gaming update.
Thanks, Adam. Now, it might be time to reset your router. Capcom has confirmed that a new Devil May Cry 4 demo will be available for download this Thursday. Yes, that's Thursday, as in tomorrow Thursday. While unconfirmed rumors pegged January 31st as the likely release date, Capcom has calmed our nerves by revealing the good news. Sure to give gamers a glimpse at multiple levels throughout the game, the demo will also feature Nero, the game's new hero, and will end with a boss fight against an enormous fire demon. The Devil May Cry 4 demo will be available tomorrow on both the PlayStation Network and Xbox Live Marketplace. Valve Software has announced that EVE Online will soon become available for download via Steam, Valve's immensely popular digital distribution software service. With this news, EVE Online becomes the first MMO on Steam and will celebrate its launch with a free 21-day trial period. Those who choose to download the game free of charge will also save $5 off their first full month of EVE Online. Now, this is good news for Steam gamers and EVE Online developer CCP alike. Steam currently supports over 13 million accounts worldwide and could be the catalyst CCP has been looking for. Gears of War won't be seeing any new downloadable content anytime soon. Since the game's release in November of 2006, Gears of War has been treated to a ton of extra downloadable content. So far, 6 unique multiplayer maps, 250 achievement points, and an entirely new game mode have been created to extend the game's replay value. Epic Games and Microsoft recently told IGN that they don't have anything planned in regards to additional downloadable content. This means 360 owners are going to miss out on a few extra levels and the Brumac boss battle that PC gamers were treated to last year. That's all for today's gaming update. Be sure to visit us on the web at g4tv.com/xplay to continue getting all of today's up-to-the-minute video game news. But now let's go over to Adam, who has the results of a shocking X-Play investigation.
Thank you, Morgan. Now, some people will do anything for money, like me, while other people will do anything for achievement points. What's behind this phenomenon? Why would someone rent NBA 2K6? Well, it's elementary, my dear Watson. Join us as X-Play investigates achievement whores. Hey there, achievement whores. You know who you are. You'll do anything to hear the sweet sound of an achievement being unlocked.
Guess they won't mind if I borrow a couple of things.
X-Play presents you with the best and worst games to boost your gamer score. TMNT has long been the favorite of achievement whores everywhere. The achievements were unlocked by beating each level of the game. Not on hard, not on veteran or insane or metapocalypse difficulty levels. Just get from the beginning to the end. Bam! 1,000 points. And then there's Avatar. Amongst achievement whoredom, Avatar: The Last Airbender: The Burning Earth is the holy grail of easy achievement points. To max out the gamer score, you must amass a 50-hit combo. Sound hard? It'll take you about 2 minutes. Find a wall or a corner and let the enemies come to you. A few minutes of mashing the A button and 1,000 gamer points are yours.
I can take it.
Congratulations, you're one of the achievement whore elite. But for every yin, there's a yang. For every Popeye, a Bluto. For every easy game willing to put out, there's a bitch that will crush you under her stiletto like a June bug. We love Guitar Hero 3, but have you taken a look at the unholy cold score encrusted list Activision is passing off as a set of achievements? Here are some highlights. Button Masher. Win 15 consecutive ranked songs online using a standard controller. I don't even know where the orange button is on the standard controller, but Button Masher is nothing compared to the Enlightened Guitarist achievement. Gold Star 20 songs on Expert. You know Gold Star means hitting every note perfectly on Expert, and you want me to do it 20 times? You. XPlay understands how much the meaningless tally of arbitrary achievement points is to all of you out there, and we'll keep you informed of the best and worst games to pump up your gamer score.
You must first complete your mission.
When you're done padding your score, you should probably grab one of these titles as a reward for your work. Here is our X list of the best-selling action games of the week.
At number 5, we meet up with Samus Aran as she shows off her girl power in Metroid Prime 3. Now, number 4 is the snuff film wannabe Manhunt 2.
Number 3 is Naruto Rise of the Ninja, which I assume is some sort of game where you have to set a ninja's alarm clock. Coming in at number 2 is Assassin's Creed, proof that you can wear white robes after Labor Day.
And the number 1 best-selling action game is Super Mario Galaxy, because in space, no one can hear you scream in frustration at trying to get that 121st star.
Now stay right there. We've got cheats, previews, and more coming up. You're not gonna get that star anyway.
Coming up on X-Play, Kristen Holt helps a certain Italian plumber turned astronaut free his brother in today's Cheat. Then we get some FaceTime with NCSoft's Chris Chung to talk about the company's MMOs due in 2008. And later, we go on location to witness the return of Advance Wars to the DS.
Let's play.
Welcome back to X-Play. Collecting coins used to be reserved for the antisocial and homeless people, but thanks to Super Mario Galaxy, this unbelievably boring hobby is more popular than ever. We know Luigi's purple coins are hard to get, but Kristen Holt is here to help.
Thanks, Morgan. Sure, you can beat Super Mario Galaxy by getting the bare minimum of stars, but the real bonuses come with some hard work. Here's how you unlock the game's best secret. Japan's favorite plumber is at it again in Super Mario Galaxy for the Nintendo Wii. After receiving an invitation from the princess to celebrate a passing comet, Mario heads for the festivities. Suddenly, Bowser crashes the party and summons a massive spaceship to steal the entire castle. Mario desperately tries to hang on, but is hurled into space by one of Bowser's minions. Lucky for us, there's more at the end of this star-filled adventure than just an emo Bowser. There's actually a way to play as Luigi, but it's no easy task. So if you're up to the challenge, you'd better listen up. There are a few things to complete before you can unlock and play as Luigi. First, you must gather every star in the universe. Each galaxy contains one or more stars, but there's a special star that's hard to get. Inside the Toy Time Galaxy, you'll come across the stage Luigi's Purple Coins. Here, you must collect 100 coins in 3 minutes. Sound easy? Think again. You'll need to keep moving without stopping, or else you'll fall. The green squares will disappear from underneath you, while the yellow squares immediately begin to flip when you land on them. Master the long jump to get those lengthy strings of coins, and have the spin jump handy to get yourself out of trouble. There are more coins to collect than you'll need, so don't be afraid to leave some behind. But at the same time, make every coin count. Don't worry about the time. Because you're constantly on the move, you shouldn't run out of time even if you're going for every purple coin. Just stay focused on not falling. The trick is taking a circular path so you can get back to the beginning and grab the star. Now that you've collected all 120 stars, head back to the observatory comet and meet with Rosalina. Ask her to send you to Bowser's stage and fight your way through the many challenges. Finally, when you defeat Bowser and let the credits roll, you'll find a new message at the end. Luigi is now playable if you select him when loading your game. After all that trouble, I think it's obvious family is first for these plumbers. Be sure to check g4tv.com/cheat for the latest tips and tricks. Right now, I'm going to send it back over to Morgan.
Thanks, Kristen. Now, if you've got a little bit of extra coin in your pocket and you're not sure what to do with it, might we call your attention to some games on the PlayStation Network and the Wii's Virtual Console? Here is this week's download. Some days, the last thing you want to do is roll out of bed, stumble blinking into the harsh light of the sun, and fight your way through the unwashed masses. We get it. But hey, that's why Al Gore invented the internet. Here are 3 games you can download from the safety of your own basement of solitude. First up on the Wii Virtual Console, we have Adventures of Lolo 2, originally for the NES. Fresh from fighting his way through the King of Eggerland's haunted castle, if you've already downloaded the first Adventures of Lolo, there's not much new here to recommend. A lot of the puzzles are strikingly similar, and the graphics are nigh on indistinguishable from its predecessor. Also on the Wii VC this week is Super Street Fighter 2: The New Challengers, which debuted on the SNES. You can play as politically incorrect Native American T-Hawk, or the blatant Bruce Lee ripoff Fei Long, or the terribly stereotypical Jamaican DJ, or Cammy. The New Challengers is notable for being the first Street Fighter game to incorporate hit combos, so you'll finally get attention for repeatedly hitting people in the face. The kind of attention that doesn't include police and judges in unfortunate legal proceedings. Finally, we have Pixel Junk Monsters through the PSN to be released tomorrow. It's basically Desktop Tower Defense, but then Desktop Tower Defense was basically a ripoff of a bonus stage in Warcraft 3, so who's really complaining? Besides those guys. If Pixel Junk Monsters is half as addictive as Desktop Tower Defense, all you PSN downloaders out there have a lot of late nights ahead of you.
All right, when X Play comes back, we'll get some FaceTime with NC Shop's Chris Chung for the latest on the company's 2008 schedule.
But first, we want to see how you fared in our Sark Kart Challenge. Our resident gaming expert, Mr. Sark, has created a dangerous race on Halo 3's Forge and wants you to beat his time.
The challenge is still open, so if you haven't given the course a run, head on over to g4tv.com/xplay for all of the particulars.
Now let's take a look at our leaderboards and see who's scored the best times in our Sark Kart Challenge so far.
I was just wondering about a rumor that the new Smash Bros. Is going to be a lot slowed down, more geared to the younger audience. I was just wondering if this is true.
Welcome back to X Play, and thanks for your question, Daniel. I would say Super Smash Bros. Has always been cognizant of a younger audience.
Yes, I mean, it has Kirby in it, but I mean, that's always been a complex game that you also can play in a very simplistic way, and I think they're going to keep that up with using the Wii controller. There aren't as many buttons. It can't be as complex.
And Famitsu gave it a perfect score, so it can't be all that bad.
Right, it really can't. Yeah. Anyway, if you're looking for more complex, deeper games, why not check out MMOs by NCSoft? This is the company that brought us Lineage, and they have big plans for 2008. And we're about to find out what's in store when we get some FaceTime. NCSoft is a company that thrives on MMORPGs. They're best known for their most recent title, Richard Garriott's Tabula Rasa, but that's not all they're up to. Last year, NCSoft signed an exclusive deal to develop games for Sony and released 2 PC titles free of charge. For the latest on their upcoming titles, we're ready to talk with NCSoft's North American president, Chris Chung. Chris, thank you so much for joining us. Let's start with 2007. You always have a lot of stuff going on, but really I think your big news from that year was the release of Richard Garriott's Tabula Rasa. Are you happy with how the game has been received both critically and commercially?
So we're pretty excited about the progress of the game. The development team is working hard to make updates that the customers have been requesting, and we're actually releasing an update at the end of this month. So I'm pretty excited to have that showcased. The other thing that we're working on is to release the game in Japan sometime during the first half of this year. So the development team is working very hard towards releasing that.
Now, what can we expect from these new additions for Tabula Rasa?
So we are working on improving the PvP system. I think auction house is going to be in there. So some of the things that customers have been asking for since the launch of the game.
All right, now something for 2008 is going to be Guild Wars 2. Do we have a sense of when the release of that game might actually come?
So Guild Wars 2 is going to be going into beta at the end of this year. We're pretty excited about a lot of changes that are coming to Guild Wars 2, including persistent world, better character progression, and a lot more intuitive gameplay that's going to be part of Guild Wars 2.
Now, we also have NCSoft's 2 free games, and that is X-Steel and Dungeon Runners. Are you happy with how these games are being received? And I'm just curious, how do you make any money on a game that you're offering up for free?
Well, that's a very good question. So we're pretty happy with the response from our fans for Dungeon Runners and X-Steel. I think they're being received fantastically well. The question of profitability, of course, is these are a free game to play, but there is a business model that's behind it, whether in items that you could purchase or the memberships that you pay for as an access to premium service for these games. So that's how we make the money.
All right, now obviously a lot of people don't turn down free things, but gamers are a finicky bunch. Are you getting a nice response for those free games?
Oh yeah, well, we are getting a pretty nice response. I love the twisted humor, and as everyone that has played in Dungeon Runner have, so I think the numbers of people that are playing and the response we're getting from the player base is pretty fantastic.
Well, luckily you guys are out in front with these free games, so the other one's coming out this year, but we'll talk about that sometime in the future. Chris, thank you so much for joining us today. All right, but for all of you there, stay put. X-Play will be back with some handheld warfare right after this break.
When X-Play returns, Advance Wars finally goes online and we go on location for an inside look at the latest chapter, Days of Ruin. That's coming up right after this.
Nothing to lose, but a lot to gain.
Welcome back to X-Play. The Advance Wars franchise made handheld turn-based warfare fun again, and now it's reinventing itself with a whole host of new features. We went on location with the Days of Ruin team to find out what we can expect from this handful of fury.
If you've played Advance Wars DS, chances are you're still playing it because it's a gigantic game. But it's time to wrap up that cartoony campaign because Advance Wars Days of Ruin is upon us.
Advance Wars Days of Ruin is sort of a rebirth, if you will, of the series in that it's a brand new world, all new characters, all new graphic look, darker, more mature, definitely a grittier storyline than we've seen before.
The basic idea is that there is a world that has been hit by a cataclysmic meteor shower. 90% of the population is dead. There are toxic dust clouds in the air, so the sun can't come through, so nothing can grow. And from this emerges a young cadet named Will.
Wow. Pretty pretty dark for a Nintendo game, guys.
Yes, it is. It's a lot of fun to work on.
While the story may surprise you, no Advance Wars fan will be surprised to learn that Days of Ruin contains hundreds of hours of gameplay.
There are over 170 pre-deployed maps in existence. That's 2-player, 3-player, 4-player maps. And then, as Alan mentioned, there's the whole map creation system, which allows you to go in and using all the different terrains and all the different units.
The map editor is one place where the DS touchscreen comes in very handy.
It actually feels like you're painting. You know, you choose mountains or plains or ruins or whatever it is, and you just go to town like you've got a pad and a pencil with you.
But what is there to do with your created maps, you ask? Upload them to the online map center.
Once you've uploaded them to a server, people can then come along, they can download your maps to their system, they can play them, they can rank them, and then you can check back and see if people like the maps you've created or not.
Advance Wars vets, and as well as new players are going to pick this up and be right up to speed as soon as they power up. A turn-based strategy with all the bells and whistles that you come to expect and more.
That's it for today, but join us every night right here in primetime at 8 p.m.
On tomorrow's all-new X-Play, we'll go on location for a closer look at the racing game that it's so real it's kind of creepy, which is Gran Turismo 5. Plus, we review Pirates of the Burning Seas, which combines two things we love, pirates and MMORPGs.
Now, despite the fact that we're conscientious objectors, we'll head into battle for a look at Frontline's Field of War, and Mr. Shark will come by for a new gamer challenge, which will require you to track down a gnome in his underwear. Thankfully, it's in World of Warcraft, but remember, you also have one more day to finish his old challenge, Sark Kart, which is challenging.
Good luck, and thanks for watching.
See you tomorrow.